there, welcome to the newer section of Power Query in Power BI Desktop. In this section, we are going to discuss how to transform a number column in Power Query using all these features: statistics, standard, scientific, trigonometry, rounding, and information. We will get all these options in Transform tab, then Number column. Here we will get all the options that we are going to discuss in this video. Let's start with statistics. It is used to perform basic statistical functions such as mean, max, average, etc. Here we will get 7 different options. We can apply these statistical functions only in single selected column, not in multiple columns. And to transform any column using these first 6 options, the data should be numerical. This product sales table has 5 different columns: product name, sales, quantity, discount, and profit. Suppose we want to find the total sales. For that we have to select the sales column, then transform tab, then number column, then statistics, then sum. And here is the answer. Similarly, to find mean, max, average, and standard deviation of any numerical column, we have to select that column first. Then from transform tab, number column, then statistics. Then have to select the option. Then the result will be here based on our selection. Let's revert the changes. Now let's discuss about count values and count distinct values. Both sound similar. So what is the difference then? Count values counts all the records of a selected column. It counts duplicate, null, text, number, everything. Whereas count values counts only unique records. It does not count duplicate records or values. For example, suppose we want to find number of rows or records of this product sales table. For that, we have to select any column, then statistics, then count values. And here we got 20 records. Let's revert the changes. And suppose we want to find the unique records of this product column. For that, we have to select the column, then transform tab, then statistics, then count distinct values, as we want only unique records. And here is the result. We have 11 unique products. Let's discuss about this standard option. It performs basic mathematical operations, add, multiply, subtract, etc. in a single selected column. Suppose we want to add 5 to each value of this quantity column. For that we have to select the column, then standard, then add. A dialog box will appear. Add, enter a number to add to each value in the column. We want to add 5 to each value of this quantity column. Then click OK. And here we got the result. 5 is added to each value of this quantity column. Similarly, we can perform all these operations: multiply, subtract, divide, integer divide, modulo, percentage, percentage of. So what is the difference between this divide and integer divide? Divide returns both integer and decimal place, whatever the result is. Whereas integer divide returns only the integer part of the result. For example, let's divide each value of this quantity column with 2 and see the result for both divide and integer divide. For that, select the column, then go to the standard, then let's see the result for divide first. Divide, enter a number by which to divide each value in the column. We want to divide by 2. Then click OK. Here in the result we can see both integer and decimal place is there. Whatever the result is, it is there. Now let's revert the changes. Now let's check for integer divide. For that, select the column, then go to this standard option, then integer divide. Then we want to divide each column by 2. Let's type that, then click OK. Here we can see we got only the integer part of the result, not the decimal part. Let's discuss about this modulo option. Modulo returns the remainder. Suppose we want to divide each value of this quantity column by 2 and we want to find the remainder, not the quotient. Here the first value of this quantity column is 3. When we divide 3 with 2, the remainder is 1. Let's check it using modulo option. For that, select the column, then go to the standard option, then select modulo. A dialog box will appear. Enter a number from which to find the remainder for each value in the column. We want to divide by 2. Then click OK, and here is the result. Now let's discuss about this percentage and percent of option. Percentage calculates specified percentage of all the values in a selected column, whereas percent of calculates the values in the selected column as percentage of a specified value. Let's discuss with examples. Suppose we want to calculate HST for each sales value of this sales column. HST is 13% of sales amount. So we want to calculate specified percentage, that is 13% of each value. For that, select the column, then go to the standard, then percentage. A dialog box will appear, percentage. Enter a percentage to apply to each value in the column. Here we want 13% of each value. So type 13, then click OK. So here we got 13% of each cell's value. Let's discuss this percent of with an example. In the student score table, we have student name and math score. Suppose the total score to achieved was 75 and A score out of 75 is 55, B score out of 75 is 34, and so on. And we want this score in percentage, means we want to calculate their percentage of achievement out of 75. For that, select the column, then go to the standard, then percentage of. A dialog box will appear, percent of. Enter a value to find each value in the selected column as a percentage of it. Here we want to calculate percentage out of 75. So put 75 here, then click OK. And here we got the percentage of their score. Now let's discuss about this scientific option. Scientific performs scientific operations. Here we got 6 different options: absolute value, power, square root, exponent, logarithm, and factorial. Absolute value. It returns the modulo or absolute value of all the values in a selected column. Means it returns the non-negative number. Absolute value of 5 is 5 and absolute value of minus 5 is also 5. Suppose we want to find the absolute value of this profit column. Here we can see there are some negative numbers. For that, select the column, then go to the scientific, then absolute value. Now we can see that in profit column, all the negative numbers are converted to positive number. Similarly, to perform any of these scientific operations, power, square root, exponent, logarithm, factorial, we have to select the column, then select the operation that we want to perform, and the result will be here based on our selection. Trigonometry. Trigonometry performs trigonometric operations. To perform any of these operations, we have to select the column first, then select the option that we want to perform. Let's select this cosine option and the result will be here based on our selection. Now let's discuss about this rounding option. Rounding performs rounding of all the values in a selected column. Here we get three options: round up, round down and round. Round up. Round off round numbers to the next integer value. For example, let's talk about values of this sales column. When we will perform the round off, the first value of this sales column, that is 34.0548, will be 35. Second one will be 96 and third one will be 2. As round off, return the number to the next integer value. Let's select the sales column, then go to this rounding, then round off, and here we got the next integer value of all the values of sales column. Now let's discuss about this round down option. Round down round numbers to the previous integer value, means it returns the number present before the decimal value. Let's revert these changes first. For example, let's talk about values of this sales column. When we will perform this round down, the first value, that is 34.0548, will be 34. 95.1522 will be 95, as round down returns the integer part of a number. Let's select this sales column, then go to this rounding option, then select this round down. And here we can see that we got only the integer part of the sales amount. Let's revert these changes. Let's discuss about this round option. Round, it rounds number based on specification. When we select this option, a dialog box will appear. Round. Specify how many decimal places to round to. Suppose we want to round the values of sales column up to 2 decimal places. Let's write 2, then click OK. And here is the result. The numbers are rounded up to 2 decimal places. Now let's discuss about this information option. It extracts information about a column. Here we get three options: each even, each odd and sign. Each even returns true for even number and false for odd number. Suppose we want to check the values of quantity column, whether the number is even or odd. For that, select the column first, then information, then each even. Here we can see it returned true for even number and false for odd number. Now let's revert the changes. Let's discuss about this or each odd option. It returns true for odd number and false for even number. Suppose we want true value for odd number and false value for even number for values of quantity column. For that, select the quantity column, then information, then each odd, and here we got true value for odd number and false value for even number. Sign, it returns 1 for positive number, -1 for negative number, and 0 for 0 values. In profit column, here we can see there are some positive and negative numbers. Suppose we want to convert positive numbers as 1 and negative numbers as -1. For that, select the column, then information, then sign. Here we can see positive numbers are converted to 1 and negative numbers are converted to -1. That's all for this video. Thank you.